These are 3 football conditioning myths that need to be busted. Number 1 is whether or not we're going full speed during conditioning. You'd be lying to yourself if you were going full speed every single rep of conditioning. It's just not possible when you're running so many 110s, so many gassers at such a high duration for the run with such a low rest time. You may be trying very, very hard, but if we put a GPS tracker on you, you would not be getting anywhere near your max velocity when you're sprinting on conditioning. So it's just not true that you're going full speed. You may be putting in a lot of effort, but you're not going full speed. Number 2 is mental toughness. Now, I can agree to an extent that conditioning builds some sort of mental toughness, but the question for me is, at what cost do we build that mental toughness? Because when it comes to conditioning, you are risking a lot when it comes to running your athletes into the ground repeatedly. Every step your athlete takes is load that they have to deal with on a weekly basis. They're already lifting weights. They're already doing practices and individual drills. They might be doing some outside training for their speed, agility, or strength. And then on top of that, they have to do 110s, gassers, and other types of longer distance running that just adds to the volume that is on their plate. And when there's increased volume and decreased recovery, that gives way to an increased risk of soft tissue injuries and performance declines. If I want to build mental toughness with athletes, I'm building it more in the weight room. I'm building it into my practices and the intensity of how I'm running plays and individual drills and overcoming adversity. My definition of mental toughness is overcoming adversity. So how can we build mental toughness into our practices, into the weight room that does not involve 110s and gassers? And if you can do that as a coach, your team is not only going to be better conditioned, but you're going to be more tough as a team. Number 3 is tempo offenses. Recently, I've been getting a lot of comments about, what about all these new age tempo offenses? And I'm like, bro, these are not new age. Oregon was 15 years ago, and there's been tempo offenses way before you guys even remember. When it comes to training for tempo offenses, build tempo into your practices. You do not need to do 110s and gassers to train to beat tempo. You have to practice against tempo. The reason why pickup basketball players are so good and in shape at basketball is they're in that environment day in and day out. And what we have to do is, if you want to play well against a tempo offense, you have to run your practices like you're facing a tempo offense. So when you're in your team part of your practice, you need to get that offense on the ball as quick as possible, run your plays, and have a segment of your practice that focuses on that. Make sure you guys comment speed for